sail through how wrong he was. He'll tell us. Any new predictions? Uhuru-Ruto relations. If elections were held today, who would win? Who would win, SG?
Today.
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 Come and sit here, I tell you.
I'm coming. Wow, sounds exciting. Keep tweeting at Koinanga Jeff, at Citizen TV Canada, hashtag JK Lion. Let's get the real news, the real business from Francis Atwoli in a moment. I'm
Celebrating 200 years.
Awarded with gold.
Babe, come tuoshe vyombo.
Okay.
Babe, cheki, wacha niende hivi na come.
The only thing we can be sure of are the best data rates from Airtel. Changamkia 1 GB at 50 bob. Dial star 544 hash and select option 0. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Ataguza kaboni. Huyu ni mtu aweze kusaidia hii kaboni.
Rudi huko kazini kwenu.
Kawezi mind ka neza kupeleka mahali.
Wapi?
Mic check. Can you hear it? The energy of 1,000 possibilities.
Vibrating through all of us.
Africa is called the continent of the future.
We say Africa is the continent of now.
All I need is an instance to change the picture.
All I need is my voice to make us dream.
All we need is who I am.
Hennessy very special. Never stop, never settle. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18.
Keep your baby sitting pretty. Put a thin coating of ointment on his bottom as needed to prevent diaper rash when you change him.
Soft Care Baby Diaper uses high technology. Pro-level leak protection is designed for your baby. Soft Care?
Very soft.
The time has come. Time to let the good times roll. Time to let the deck spin out of control. Time to let the flavor fill the air. Time for Sherehe everywhere. Time to let our beer flow. The time has come for the festival we have all been waiting for. Second edition of the Tusker Oktoberfest is here. Bigger, badder, and better. We're bringing you the vibes over 4 weekends at over 30 events countrywide. Look out for Tusker Oktoberfest Sherehe in your area this and every weekend for the month of October.
Tusker Oktoberfest. Good vibes and great beer are coming your way. Always remember, excessive alcohol consumption is harmful to your health. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18 years.
Royal Mabati Factory Limited provides roofing solutions that are cost-effective, weather-resistant, quality-guaranteed sheets. Purchase our tile profiles at 580, stone-coated at 650, box profile, corrugated and trusses today and enjoy our discount offers. We also provide free estimates, lipa pole-pole options and free delivery countrywide. Call us today on 0722-638383 or visit our branches. Royal Mabati, we are the best.
It's the wild, wild West.
Looking for a place where music meets, a place where energy congregates. all the stars in Kenya align and where Africa and the world reunite. Look no further. 10 over 10 every Friday at 10 p.m. With the wild Willis Raburu. We are the definition of lit.
Jaja, you put the jaja.
Niaje? Ni kama unashangaa kwa nini naangalia simu with so much focus, eh? Usishangae sana. Ni vile nimekuwa ndani ya story kabisa. Ni kama ile hali ya juzi. Ni kama nilikuwa hapo iki happen. And when this new market was being opened, ni kama nilikuwa hapo tu. Hata vile local tourists for a special rate at the coast, I was there. And when this new road was being commissioned, I was right there. Na hata wewe, unaweza kuwa ndani ya story wherever you are. Just download Citizen Digital.
Stay informed on all the news and events as they happen across the country, the continent, and the world at large. Download Citizen Digital, Kenya's #1 news app.
Back to Jeff Koinange live here at Citizen Television. On the bench on this Mashujaa Day, Kotu Secretary General Francis Atwoli, a man of many predictions. Some of them turn out to be right, some of them flatly wrong. Like
Never,
BBI.
never. I've never
BBI,
said.
you said would fly.
But it was not subjected for election.
BBI is dead.
It will never be dead. How are you saying dead?
What are
the proponents of BBI were alive. Are we dead?
You're not dead, but BBI is dead. Reggae stopped then.
2017, May Day, I said that we must revisit our constitution. Because this issue of one winner or whoever wins takes it all, it is hurting us. After every 5 years, we are fighting. This can't continue. And I was only one. Never or little did I know it will become a national issue. So it is not dead. Yeah.
Are you saying it will come back in some form?
Yeah, not in some, in the whole form.
Come on, no. How? It's too late. First of all, the timelines between now and elections, forget.
Yeah, but not during this. It might not be now. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be during this current government or whatever. But how many months are we remaining?
About 9.
Yes. Well, 9 months? I was here 9 months ago, and I'm here. I will come back here after elections, and I will be asking you, what did I tell you?
A lot can happen in 9 months. SG, you were at the Mashujaa Day celebrations today. How was it? How was the mood?
Oh, it was good. Yeah.
Explain. How was the body language between the president and his deputy?
No, you shouldn't be asking that because that is obvious. You know President Uhuru Kenyatta, unlike his father, he doesn't talk. But he's a very intelligent guy. You hear him on your own body. Yeah? Yeah. You can't see him talking, oh, Jeff is this, or what is this Jeff saying, and so on. He's a quiet fellow. But you will feel him. Huh? You will feel his punch somewhere on your body. And he can disarm you, can deceive you. Oh, Jeff, how are you? He can laugh with you. So for President Uhuru Kenyatta, I don't believe in the body language. Yeah. He can disarm you very easily. But then after you have talked to him, you will feel his punch somewhere. Say, it's really the one who has hit me. That is President Uhuru Kenyatta. He doesn't talk.
No.
Yeah.
What about between the deputy president and the former prime minister, Raila Odinga? What was that body language?
No, they greeted one another. But in public, in such a public function, everybody applies public relations. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is that Kenyans know these are competitors. President Uhuru is an outgoing president. These are the problems this country is facing. Nobody doesn't know our political problems here.
You're the same person who said the president was too young to retire. Now you're saying he's retiring, you see?
If he retires and he appoints you in a position, has he gone home? If he says he does lobbying, He says, okay, me, I'm going home. What you would have given me, give it to Jeff Koinange. Would have he retired, he would be still around.
So what are you saying? Is he going home?
Of course, constitutionally he would be going home. But he's still a very young man. He can go home for 5 years, 10 years, and come back.
I asked you the question right before the break, if the election were held today, who would win? You told me sit down, I'm sitting.
Let me take you through our political memory line. Prior to independence, me, I was a young boy. I saw that day when Kenyans were very happy, joyous, because we had attained independence in 1963. And prior to that, a lot of things happened. We had Kapenguria 6. Mzee Jomo Kenyatta included among the 6. We went on. Mzee was detained, he was released. Those people who constituted KADU were there, received him at that particular time. KANU was formed, KADU was formed. KADU was almost everywhere in the Republic of Kenya. And Jaramogi, the father of Raila Amolo Odinga, decided to have a joint political move between him and Mount Kenya through President Jomo Kenyatta. And when he was asked prior to that whether he was ready to form a government, he said no, until when Mzee comes out.
He said not yet Uhuru.
Not, that was after. And then the two mobilized Kenyans against the people we thought they were majority. Because we in Western Kenya, the old Rift Valley, people like Murgor, the late President Daniel Arap Moi, Ronald Ngala, and the good part of Rift Valley were all in KADU. KADU had a soft spot from the colonial government, those people who are going out. The KADU advocated for current devolution of Majimbo. Those in KADU could not win the elections when the two came together.
What's your point?
So I'm coming, and then recently, I'm just trying to tell you what happened. After KANU won elections, 3 years or 4 years later, Jaramogi and Mzee Kenyatta, they disagreed. Badly. Jaramogi came up with his political party known as Kenya People's Union with Bildad Kagia. Completely disagreed. But as a principled person, he resigned. The same thing happened prior to us going for, immediately after the elections. We had a problem, political problem that was there 2007 and what have you. And then came in because the son of Jomo Kenyatta, who was in Kapenguria 6, Uhuru Kenyatta was in Okambo or ICC 6. There were 6, isn't it?
Yes.
After that, came together, won the case when they are 2. After 5 years, this is an open case. He disagreed with his vice president. The same way that happened to his father. Disagreed with the vice president. What is putting them together currently is the Constitution. But these are two different entities. Today at Mashujaa, I was listening to Ruto talking, praising the president. I said, this boy is really, I don't know how I can describe him. Because it was yesterday in the lab when he was saying, the president and the former prime minister are connish. Today he was full of praises and so on. They disagreed. It's in the open that they are not together.
Correct.
So that is exactly what happened. Ocampo 6, father got into independent. They disagreed with the then vice president. This one also came in also, and they disagreed. Little did we know that will be a handshake on 18th of March 2018. This handshake again is between son of the former president, who did have an agreement between him and Jaramogi Oginga Odinga.
So
this one, what I'm trying to tell you is that is the same cycle of the same things happening as it were prior to independence and so on. That is why it will be more easier, and I'm telling you for now, that if elections are called today, because I heard somebody saying, it was William who said when he was at the coast, that Raila is a government project. I want to tell you here and now that maybe he doesn't know Raila. Raila went into politics at the age of 14. It is the other way around. The government can be Raila's project, but Raila cannot be a government's project. And one day I told you on this bench that Raila is a terrible organizer. To stop him, you must put some powerful mechanism in place to be able to stop him. That is to say that if there were elections today, announced today, this is what I'm telling you as Francis Atwoli. I'm not telling you, Scott Secretary General, I'm not telling you as a person who is an elder in Western Kenya. If the elections are called today, and take it from me, for free, Raila will emerge a victor.
In the first round?
First round, and there will be no rerun.
Come on.
In the first round.
Come on. Look, there are critics who say the mountain has not warmed up to Raila enough.
You are new to mountain yourself. You was brought up here in Nairobi. You are very new. You have been just right now talking about BBI. Who knew that all those county governments within the Mount Kenya area would support the BBI? All of them supported. And there was a notion that none will have to support. If BBI was subjected to a referendum, there would have been more votes from Mount Kenya more than another.
Yeah, but there were...
But let me tell you, I don't know whether you listen to Michuki properly. This is why I've been putting you through the memory line. He said the mountain, if you want to talk to the mountain, you must go through the leadership of the mountain. You cannot say like what I read another day, William Ruto, and you need to have good advisors. I've said here time and again, saying that whoever wants to go to mountain must go through him. I ask myself, is he a son of Wanjiru? Is he a son of Wamboi? It is not easy to handle the mountain.
True.
Yeah, it is not easy, I'm telling you.
But you saw the reaction today, Mashujada. You saw the reaction to Deputy President. The crowds.
Can I tell you what?
Tell me.
Did you see when Matiba came from London?
I remember.
And he became a presidential candidate. Did he win?
Well, some say he did.
Let me tell you.
Some say he
let me tell you. Sometimes people can organize themselves. Organizing yourself for a purpose or for a particular event does not translate into votes. Take it from what I'm telling you right now.
Same thing was said of Kiambaa. Same thing was said of Juja. Same thing was said of London Ward in Nakuru. Come on, UDA is a fool. You have to admit that yourself.
It's a party. We are not saying it is not a party. It's a party, but a party that will serve in the opposition. If I'm here, I'm not on transit, I'm not going to Uganda. I'm not going anywhere. I will be here, I will be buried here. I'm a father, I'm a grandfather. I'm here. And I'm not dying tomorrow because I'm a just man of God. take me seriously. And I've said here and now, and I want to repeat before you, William Ruto is not going to win elections.
Why are you walking away? He said he won't win.
It's not going to win elections.
Take
it from me. And I'm here.
Okay.
And I'm on a national television.
Yes, you are.
Because if you are to win elections, if you know you want to be a president, and you are working with somebody who is ahead of you, you support this person until the end. Yeah? Mm-hmm. You don't start preparing Marima for him in order for you to win. God will not allow you. All of us, we have ascended, we have come up to where we are because we respected those who are before us. And you can get it so easily if you are humble, if you avoid chest thumping. Like today, you know, he's addressing us if he's the government. That, oh, we will be there, and I want to tell you, we will be able to protect you, to support all your projects that you started, and I can assure you your legacy and what have you. And when you are in another meeting, you are criticizing the same person who is supposed to bless you. You don't just ascend to presidency or to any small position as a cattle dip chairman just like that without the honors of the area or the owners of the cattle to bless you and say, Jeff, you are now our chairman or an elder of this small village. My friend, it is procedural.
So let me ask you this. What if we woke up and it's August?
Money is not synonymous with leadership.
Yeah.
Or riches is not synonymous.
Yeah, but money talks around here, you know, and everything else walks.
There is a day we'll see money doesn't work.
Let's face it. The hustler narrative has been resonating a lot. And this bottom-up approach as well has been resonating a lot with many Kenyans.
Let me tell you. Ask somebody, because I will not come here until after elections. Ask somebody in April, May next year. Hustle. Young men are now questioning. I go to school. I work hard. After schooling, my father pays school fees. Everybody is for me. I get support. I have excelled in my exams. I'm now a professional. Do I need to become a hustler? A hustler narrative. Does it fit in our society? Let me tell you, Jeff, the world over now is changing because of introduction of e-commerce, digital economy. And also climatical condition is forcing the world to change.
But Mashinani, let's face it, in Mashinani, UDA is popular. The deputy president is very popular. Let me tell you. It
depends Mashinani and Mashinani where. Kenya is Kenya, and Kenya's politics is pegged on ethnicity.
True.
Whether you have what type of good policies and what have you. Unless you listen to those who are before you, unless you humble yourself, unless you widely consult, unless you are advised, this is the right time to move on and so on. Let me tell you, Jeff, issue of presidency, it's not like, look, you know, like somebody who wants to become an MCA or a member of parliament. This is a nationwide campaign that somebody puts in. I'm not saying William is a shrewd, and I've told you, he's a shrewd politician. I have told you here and now, I'm not dismissing him, but I have told you he would have had good advisors.
Yeah, but there are some who say after the handshake that you talk about on March 9th, 2018, after the handshake, he said he felt he was left out in the cold.
Jeff, if somebody is leading, he's a leader of the government. You are in that government. And you hear he has entered into an agreement with somebody, be it an organization or something like that, or World Bank, IMF, and you don't understand the English, you didn't read the agreement, what do you do? He is the leader, what do you do? And he's your leader. And you recognize that person as your leader, unless you are not recognizing that person.
Yeah, but what if you...
What you will do, the first thing is to move closer to that person. Tell me about this agreement I'm hearing. He will narrate it to you, then ask quietly, now, how will be my position in this agreement? He will tell you, no, you are safe. Keep mum until when you realize you are not safe. But you don't react immediately and say, no, me, I'm not for this. I was not consulted. I was not, you know. And then when you reach somewhere, you find things are favoring you, or if you want now to use the same government, you say, me in this government. That is double speed one.
But would you say the same if someone invaded your bedroom? You? Would you say the same?
How would he invade my bedroom without me knowing? Now I'm the leader of the labor movement, not only in this country. I speak for 54 African countries.
If someone invaded your bedroom without your permission,
whose permission? The bedroom is owned by President Uhuru Kenyatta, the bedroom we have in this country.
Yeah, but
he's the one that Kibaki left that big sword in his hands.
It's a joint ticket.
Which joint ticket? You don't know about politics.
Come on.
Did William Samoei Ruto had his own ballot box?
No, but that's why it was a joint ticket. You elect one, you elect both.
Let me tell you, when President Kibaki was handing over the sword, did he hand it over to all of them? My friend, it is only that President Uhuru is a humble man, he's a young person, he doesn't want any problems, he's unlike his father, he would have spoken out. He's the political leader of Jubilee. If it were other leaders, he would have mobilized almost everybody, people coming from all, all counties, saying we are loyal to you, we know you, we don't want your deputy president. Kindly convene a meeting, do this and that. William Samoei Ruto would have gone a long time ago. Forget about people believing there is nothing like constitution in political leadership when people want to remove you politically.
And how do you explain people fleeing Jubilee like they are in numbers? How do you explain that? Even in this central province, province itself, in the mountain region, lots of leaders there decamping.
Let me tell you, in Kenya, people believe in the leaders. They don't believe in political parties. People are asking, where is President Uhuru Kenyatta? Those who are for him, they are still with him. Those who are worried about their positions, they are rushing to where they think they will be comfortable. And how sure are they? And he has not spoken. Political parties in Kenya are just vehicles for political leadership.
Okay, how do you explain where you were today, Kirinyaga County? The governor there saying, I will ask the people, let the people decide which way I should go. And she asked the people, and they all echoed UDA, UDA. How do you explain that?
I can tell you that was very early for her. Wait until April next year. I've told you. Because parties are still consulting, there will be movements. Even Raila himself has not launched his campaign officially. He's weighing. There are a lot of political parties which are going to join ODM. People are still conversing, working out. There will be coalitions. Some parties will be merging. up to 3 months to the elections. There are a lot of changes which are going to happen. So you make a rational decision if you are a political leader right now. It's too early for you. You will find yourself alone. But me, I'm telling you, knowing who Raila is. And I told you on this bench that if there is a terrible organizer, and when you are with him, it's not where you are. He's organizing somewhere and he's with you. It is Raila Amolo Odinga. He's a man to watch. 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 He is a man to watch.
What if you wake up on August the 11th or 12th and you find that your president is William Samoei Arap Ruto? What are you going to do?
Then I can't believe. Let me tell you, it's not that I can't believe. He can win an elections. But I have told you, he is not going to win this time.
How can you be so sure?
I'm sure, 100%.
Well, you're not.
If it is fair, free, elections, fair and free, and verifiable elections that you can be able to verify, William Samoei Ruto is not winning. I told you, I said 2014, when they were all still putting on red ties. I was here on this bench. Go back to your history.
Yeah, I remember.
When they were still in the same uniform.
Yes.
Could you believe that? You said no. And I'm still repeating, 2014, we are in 2021. Kichwa yangu iko matope ndani. Or there is cow dung in my head.
You're speaking like you're the deep state here.
No, nothing like to do with deep state. I'm saying fair and free.
What do you think went wrong between the two? What went wrong? Because you just mentioned it. They had the uniforms, the red ties, the white shirts, the bromance. It was all there. What went wrong?
But if you are president, you can't ask that. That was obvious. I knew they could not agree. Because if they are in a function, the owner of the function is the head of state. And your deputy is articulating the policies of the government in that meeting you are supposed to address. When as a head of state you stand up, what do you say? Madarao. And President Uhuru is good. He will laugh at you. He will say, oh yes, you are smart, my deputy, you are this. But you need to use your common sense. Where the head of state is or where your boss is, you just introduce him and you come down and sit. He would have supported William Samoei Ruto to become a president. You see, William Samoei Ruto tells Cyrus Jirongo, immediately he won elections. He says, you see, wewe Jirongo hukujipanga, nyinyi wakina Musalia Mudavadi hamkujipanga, mimi nilijipanga. Instead of bringing Cyrus Jirongo, whom he used to drive when they were at YK 92, was literally his driver. He says, bwana, tulikuwa pamoja, mimi Mungu amenijalia nimepata. Come and sit here. He says, wewe hukujipanga, wewe hukufa. You know, what do you think God is thinking of this person if he took over? And you people in Central Province, you must ask yourselves, in whose hands will you be safe? In whose hands will you be safe? In whose hands will you be safe? Don't come to me. I have no kiosk. Me, I'm a salary guy. Lawyers and people from Western Kenya, we are used to salaries, being cooks and watchmen. But you Central people, in whose hands will you be safe? Shenzi sana. That is the question. It's not a question of bottom up. It's not a question of wheelbarrows. It's not a question of hustler. Or it's not a question of who. Ask yourself, in whose hands If elections was carried today and your TV, your radio tells William Samoei Ruto is the head, in whose hands will you be safe?
And what's wrong with that?
In whose hands will you be safe?
What's wrong?
Because Jeff, I was with you in the US. By that time, you didn't have any properties here. I'm told you have properties here in Kenya and down in South Africa. Commercial properties. I don't have commercial properties, so I will lose nothing.
I don't have any commercial properties.
Jeff,
you're just scared of him. You're scared.
Not scary. Not scary. It's historical.
What do you mean historical? How so?
Let me tell you, Jeff, I'm not a young person. I'm not a young person. William was born in 1966, December.
That's right.
In 1966, I had finished Form 4 myself. In 1967, the following year, in June 2nd, I was employed by the then East African Post and Telecommunication Administration. When he was 6 months old.
And
I firstly voted in 1969. I understand political dynamism, dynamics in our country. In this country, not outside Kenya. And I can tell you for free. When I tell you, I'm telling you for free. And if it is a question of popularity, we have seen, even where people are ferried in lorries and so on, to show that so and so has support. We have seen all these things. I have seen the father of Raila, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, when he was the head of Kenya People's Union after he has broken away from KANU, after the Limuru conference. He travels in a train from Kisumu to the airport, to the railway station in Nairobi. And people are lined up on the streets up to his house in Jerusalem. The mammoths of people. And more so when he was joined by Bildad Kagia, my friend. And J.D. Kali, who was my MP in Eastlands. I saw popular people. I have seen my own political leader, the late Masinde Muliro, when he had his first Kadu rally in Kakamega. Watu walipanda kwa miti. I have seen Paul Joseph Gay. In Ukambani, he did campaign. He used not to campaign. Popular. I've seen popular people. I have seen Charles Wanyohike Rubia. Popular person from Muranga. I have seen Kenneth Jindo Matiba. People who are popular. What are you telling me? What are you telling me?
Every time you get up, I get worried. You know?
And all these people, they don't become presidents.
What's your point?
I'm telling you that, what did you see? What has happened? They say the same things in Kiambati, what have you? Forget by-elections. Don't compare by-elections with general elections when people are prepared. And I've said, turnout this time will be mammoths. People will turn out in large numbers. After elections is when I will come on this bench to ask you, what did I tell you, Jeff?
They'll turn out in more numbers than 2017?
2022.
Yes.
There will be more.
All right. I think I better take a break before you stand up again. I'm getting a little worried.
Yeah, because you are retrogressively pushing me out when I'm telling you the truth, and I've been telling you since 2014.
Okay, I want to know about OKA. What happened to One Kenya Line? Are they still there?
No, I've told you they still have time. Because...
Let's talk about that when we come back. It looks like they've disappeared.
No.
Are you getting up? Are you going somewhere?
If you keep on asking me, obvious. The obvious.
All right. Oh, by the way, I want to know what you think about the lifting of the curfew when we come back as well. Okay. What was it, 19 months later, what do you think? What do you think? My goodness, Secretary General is on fire. I thought he was getting up and walking away for a moment there. It's getting hot in here. Keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JK Live. JK Live takes a break. We'll be back in a moment. Hopefully, the SG will still be sitting.
At the end of the school day, encourage your child to place their clothes in the laundry basket. Try to wash their clothes daily if you can.
When you're facing stubborn stains, you're always in a fierce fight. Clean Soft kicks out stains. Kimateki.
It's the Wild Wild West.
Looking for a place where music meets, a place where energy congregates. Where all the stars in Kenya align, and where Africa and the world reunite. Look no further. 10 over 10 every Friday at 10 p.m. With the wild, wild Willis Raburu, we are the definition of lit.
Jaja, you put the jaja.
Niaje? Ni kama unashangaa kwa nini naangalia simu with so much focus, eh? Usishangae sana. Nimekuwa ndani ya story kabisa. Ni kama ile alia juzi. Ni kama nilikuwa hapo iki happen. And when this new market was being opened, ni kama nilikuwa hapo tu. Hata vile local tourists for a special rate at the coast, I was there. And when this new road was being commissioned, I was right there. Na hata wewe, unaweza kuwa ndani ya story wherever you are. Just download Citizen Digital.
Stay informed on all the news and events as they happen across the country, the continent, and the world at large. Download Citizen Digital, Kenya's #1 news app.
And welcome back to Jeff Koinange Live here on this Mashujaa Day. My goodness. When Francis Atwoli shows up, you know it's gonna be hot. And he's gotten up a couple of times. I thought he was, well, doesn't matter what I really think right now, but he's calling it. None of us are, we can't foresee the future. We can't foretell what's going to happen. So, you know, you can't tell who's going to be president in 20. You can speculate, you know, but you can't say, you know, William Ruto will not. You can't say that.
Let me tell you.
Can't tell.
Where Francis Atwoli is, it doesn't rain. It doesn't rain. You know the rains?
Yes.
It doesn't rain where I am.
Why?
So take me serious when I'm telling you about something. It might not be me, but listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. Don't say you didn't listen to me. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that William can't be a president. 2027 he can be a president. Or after 2027 it will be 2032 or something like that. He will be a president. He can be. But what I have said, and I've said it repeatedly from 2014, that this time he's not going to be the president.
And the reason is?
You're gonna prepare yourself. If Raila will declare himself as a president, start preparing yourself for his presidency. Or if AUKUS you have asked and they are organizing themselves and they are endorsed by any other person other than Raila Odinga, who is a shrewd politician and a terrible organizer, then you start preparing for whoever will be the president.
But let's admit it, it's a two-horse race, right?
Absolutely, Karen. That is why I said if elections are called now, please prepare yourself to receive Raila Amolo Odinga. Prepare yourself.
And if
even that,
what if he doesn't declare? What if he says he's not gonna? He's tired. He's not gonna run. What if he says?
I have never seen somebody like that who reinvents himself time and again. You asked me about BBI. I told you BBI would have not collapsed, but it was a cold war between the judiciary and the executive. And he was the one who was leading the campaign. And today, His Excellency the President mentioned all those places where BBI had been sensitized, from Kakamega, where Mombasa, everywhere, Narok, where we had gone popularizing BB. So you cannot say because it was not, there was not enough information, the way judges, it was politically ruled out of order because of the Cold War between the judiciary and the executive. Those rulings were political, like the recent ruling on Huduma card. One of our people have gone through gone Huduma way. You have only one card, in Europe. It has everything of you have selling any information, every type of anything called data of Jeff Koinange is under one card. So that is where the world is going. And if there was any defective legislation to take care of that one's data and so on, what the judge would have ruled, or he would have given a ruling asking the government of parliamentarians to amend the law, to have a new law covering the new Huduma card or Huduma registration instead of outlawing it. The judge would have ordered like that.
Okay, we're talking about a person reinventing himself, and you didn't finish that point.
Yeah, I was telling you, after BBI, who knew that he was going to come up with another slogan that he's now using to rebrand himself from where he's going, which is now talking about the unity of Kenyans and what have you. That is a new slogan. Yeah.
Okay, what's your point?
That's why I'm telling you that if you underrated him, then you will be at loss.
But you didn't answer my question. My question was, what if he decides not to run and back?
That will be at his volition. That is what I'm saying. But he might also, when he decides, he will have to say somebody Tosha. If indeed he did. That is what I told you here. Indeed, if he said, the way he said Kibaki Tosha, nobody argued. By 10 a.m., Kibaki was our president. And I'm telling you, if he himself decides, by 10 a.m. he will be the president and there will be no rerun. I've already told you this.
Come on. Even if let's say he endorses someone from OKA. Let's say, Kalonzo Musyoka or Musalia Mudavadi. Or Gideon.
Whoever he will touch on.
What if he...
And campaigns for him.
And he says Tosha.
Yeah.
That person can beat Ruto?
But that, let me tell you, as I'm seeing things myself, I haven't talked to him late, even when I saw him at the other place, because I've been very busy. I was in Egypt, came back, went at the coast, trying to do my own things here and there, and also doing workers' thing. We had National Labour Board in Mombasa. I have not been able to meet him. But I'm telling you, I have not asked him. The moves he has made in a few weeks, in a few days, I don't think somebody will be able to negotiate with him as well. Because in a position of leading or taking an onslaught in his own hands and making a decision.
But you hosted a lot of these people in your ranch at Ildamad. You've hosted a lot of them. You must be reading the tea leaves here. You must be able to know who it's going to be, who that person is. And don't say it's too early.
No, by that time we were weighing things, looking at things the way they are, and asking ourselves a lot of questions. Where Kenya is going. You know, Kenya is more bigger than all of us. If somebody puts Kenya on fire, all of us will perish. Those were the things we were looking at. By that time, we had not said, and up to now, we had not said who is going to do what. Even when we asked him, you know, we had all these problems of COVID-19 and what have you. But when it a little bit went down, and then he decided, why people are saying that I can't climb Mount Kenya. They decided 2 to 3 days. I've seen what has happened there. I've seen what has happened in Eldoret. And yet he has not yet started. So what about now if he says, I'm now launching my political onslaught. As from today, this is my program. And I want to I'm looking around to see who is with me and who is not with me. It will be a different issue. But as I've told you, we still have up to 3 months. They will be doing some adjustments here and there, including those in Oka, those who are, and also Jubilee might be thinking either to go Nakwe, as I was reading in a newspaper, and so on. A lot of changes will be, political changes will be taking place to shape the 2022 elections.
And do you think the president will endorse him eventually, if he runs?
Let me tell you, the president is free to endorse anybody he so wishes. He's a voter. He's in politics. But that does not mean whoever president has endorsed is a government project. He's a Kenyan. Like me, I'm saying like this because I'm a Kenyan. That is why I speak free. Our people died for freedom of speech. And that is why I'm giving you this information for free. And I hope and trust Kenyans are watching me. Because there is nobody who will candidly come out and tell you what I'm telling you. And this is the truth. The truth is God. He who speaks the truth or who loves the truth is with God. And you cannot defeat him.
Yeah, the truth will also set you free, they say.
Absolutely. So what I'm telling you is that let's be prepared for 2022. And 2022, as I'm talking to you right now, you can see the 2 leading contenders. And that's why I was telling you that if elections are called today, then Kenyans must be prepared for Raila Amolo Odinga. That is for free. You can take it to the bank if you so wish. You can take it to the bank if the elections will be free, fair, and verifiable.
This is the same person who said that Donald Trump would win a 2nd term.
But I told you the reason when I was here.
But you're the same.
He was going to win. If it were not for, if it were not for Floyd, the man that was killed like this. You know, once you kill, when your government kills, something can happen when 2 minutes to the election, and it deters your chances. It was not a question of try and error. He had not, that is what dented the image of Trump's government.
What?
And I told you, you stayed with me in America. 99, if not 100% of Americans are racists. The real Americans. They are racists. Even Obama to come in, if it were not for collapsed economy, they wouldn't have voted for Obama. They like people who talk like Trump. That's what such people are the people that Americans like.
By the way, he still believes he won, huh?
Yeah.
He still believes.
Absolutely. Still believes. He was going to win. You see, it was so narrow. But then people said, how can somebody be killed and our president can't say something? Just like that. So those few votes, they denied him. Na kisirani ya kuua mtu. That cost him to lose elections.
So you say
something small.
The death of George Floyd is what turned.
Absolutely. And I told you when I was here last time.
No, you said that Trump.
That was the cause, yeah.
Yeah. But you had said he would win.
He was going to win.
Now you're saying Raila is going to win. Who do we believe? Which Atwoli do we believe?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you, my friend. It's just like what you are asking him on BBI. If BBI was subjected for referendum, it would have sailed through. What I'm telling you, irrespective of a lot of things, and I've told you there will be a lot of movements between now and 2022 elections. But what I've told you, be prepared. If elections were called today, Raila would win. Even if they are called after, and I've said, and I repeat, even if there will be somebody who will win elections, this person will not be William Ruto. That one I'm emphatic.
You know, I'm going to play this.
I'm not wavering on that one.
If you lose on this one, you know we're going to be playing this tape over and over again.
And I'm telling you for sure, and for free. You can put on that tape, and there are a lot of people who are recording our speeches here, and I've already assured them that I'm not in transit. We live near Uganda. I'm not going to Uganda. Nor am I going to Ethiopia. I will remain here, I will be buried here. And I'm telling Kenyans the truth. If you wanted to bet, don't bet on William Ruto, because he's not going to win the elections. My friend, in any case, people who should be worried more are not people like me. People who should be worried should be you people. I've told you this. Because if you see somebody is looking for him, and Mwalimu Nyerere said, if you see somebody is serious, because immediately after elections, this young man started campaigning. And Mwalimu Nyerere said, if you see somebody says, anataka kwenda ikulu kila, ogopa huyo mtu. Ni mtu hatari. Why? And I would advise young people, the presidency is the most guarded area of a person. The presidency is the most, a president is a person who is, the first prisoner is a president. For young people, you can do other jobs, you wait until when you are old, and then you say you want to venture for that particular position, not for a young person.
You're trying to say young people can't vie for the presidency. Come on, what's wrong with that?
I'm not saying young people should not, I'm advising them that they should be able to do other things, build a nation.
Look at the French president or the Canadian prime minister. Young people, 30s, 40s.
You know what happens in Europe? You can board a bus with a president. People are not bothered about who is leading. People are worried about the weather and whether the economy is performing or not. People are worried of what they will eat tomorrow. Politics is not priority in the developed world. Here, politics is everything. In the churches, politics, you go to the mosque, politics, you go in a welfare society's politics, you go to football's politics, you go into your own house, politics.
You go to Kotu, politics.
Court is managed professionally with 47 lawyers and 30 economists. Yeah, solidarity building.
Okay.
And all over.
Yeah, but there's politics. Come on. I mean, if you say there's politics everywhere, it's got to be in your organization as well.
Yeah, but if you professionalize, then people will be doing work for others. People are busy in the boardroom signing agreements.
All right. Before I go to the magic wall, what do you think of the president lifting the curfew today after 18,
No, that was good. Particularly when we are nearing Christmas, that was a very good gift to Kenyans. Very good gift to Kenyans. What they should do, they should redouble their efforts in vaccination. Should make sure that every Kenyan is vaccinated. That is the only thing. But he did a commendable job, because most of our businesses are in small, medium enterprises. And these people are suffering. People who own bars, people who own small businesses that are supposed to operate 24 hours, these people are losing. So I think the president did a commendable job. I commend him for that. And on behalf of the people that I represent, most of them who are lowly placed Kenyans, he did a good job to vacate the curfew and let Kenyans do their businesses.
But you know, Kenyans, we kind of like to overdo things, huh?
How?
Staying in the bars too late and overdoing things.
This is all over. You have been to New York. Did you go down there?
I did.
24-hour service. Jeff, that is life. That is when people overdo things, and when we have pubs operating 24, economy that operates 24 hours, that is the economy. It's part of economic development. And those are the things that people should put. If you want to spur economic growth in your country, you must address those areas. Those are the areas that you can tap economic growth. The economic growth stems from small entrepreneurs to the bigger entrepreneurs, and those who operate both direct and indirect investment, and particularly in manufacturing. You export, you really manufacture something to export for foreign exchange. It's not a question of bottom up. Bottom up, how do you say bottom up? Bottom up from where? From nil to up. You must put something down there where you are calling bottom to create employment, or to spur, or to make something that will be able to, you will be able to export and get money. That's what can grow economy. And in digital economy, you must also do away with things related to land, capital, and labor, so that you can allow people to work from wherever they are, using smart working, smart instruments, smart telephones, smart television, smart communication, and digital or e-commerce, and people getting their commission, where you can be able to open bank account in New York when you are in Kiambaa, and where you can be able to open an office in New York when you are in Kiambaa, and where you can be able to buy barrels of oil or bananas in Uganda, sell in Morocco, and you are in Kiambaa. That is how you can grow economy in a modern way in the world of digital.
How did you know I was from Kiambaa, by the way? How did you know? Just asking. Okay, let's go to the magic wall. Lots of tweets coming in, very thick and very fast, SG. You've created a storm of controversy here, but, you know, you call it like it is. You call it like it is. Do we have any? Here we go. Tweets coming in so thick and so fast. Richie, engineer, says, ask Atwoli who will be the likely running mate for Raila. Oh, good question. Who will be the likely running mate?
I don't know. I don't know.
Guess. Take a guess.
I don't know.
Someone from the mountain or someone from Western?
No, I don't know. Because with the lessons that we learned recently, the presidential candidate must choose his running mate wisely. Otherwise, you will be where President Uhuru is with his deputy.
Hillary Chemjo says, ask Atwoli, one, the Musalia Kalonzo factor in the 2022 elections. Does he think they have a chance of winning? Two, we have seen him saying he will share a list of leaders to be voted in Western. Is that democracy? Hillary. So, Musalia Kalonzo factor in 2022.
They have a following, but they might be up to something else. Because we don't know up to now. If you ask me what Oka is, I can't tell you. For real, I can't tell you.
And yet you're supposed to be a spokesman for Western.
No, I'm not a spokesperson for Western. I'm a coordinator. I was appointed to coordinate with whoever will be the leading contender, to negotiate, to move close to him and say, where is the cake for the Western Kenya people?
That's your job?
Yeah, that's my job. Not to ask, how did you get this cake? You have a cake, where is our slice?
Captain Mwendwe says, ask Atwoli about his prediction on the future of Oka. Okay, he said, will OKA guys be on the presidential ballot? Do you think they'll be? Will anyone, Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka?
I don't know what they are up to now, if you asked me.
You don't know what they're up to?
I don't know. I wrote to them a letter, they have never
What would you advise them right now? Because they were supposed to pick one amongst themselves and they were not able to.
You know, let me tell you in politics, if you are not careful and somebody picks something, he runs away with it, you will not be able to catch him. It's up to them to know how will they be able to catch up.
Catch up with who?
Particularly when the two now, Ruto is running, Raila, though he has not officially declared, but he's showing signs of running also. What about if they are 330 kilometers away? How will they be able to catch them? It's up to them. That's a question we need to ask them.
Sami Abeno says the deciding factor in elections is the people. Why is Atwoli sure of an outcome of the elections? What makes you so sure of what you just said?
You know, unless if I was not born here, I've given examples why I'm sure. People do vote, yes. I'm not saying people will not vote. And I've already said the turnout will be mamans. People will turn out in large numbers to go and vote. I've said like that. But what I'm sure of is who will not win. That one I'm sure of.
You know, KJ, he said hello to you, Mheshimiwa KJ.
Yeah.
Amekusalimia sana. He says, look, there's something you are forgetting. It's called the generational factor. There's a whole generation of Kenyans, young Kenyans, who are thinking one way.
That is what we were being told before we elected Kibaki. Before we elected Kibaki during Moi's time.
2002.
Yeah, they were saying the young generation. When 2002 came, did we elect a young person or we elected Moi Kibaki? Those are just slogans. When the reality dawns on us, we say, wait a minute. In whose hands are we safe? That is what you should tell JK. It's not a question of generational.
Shalaha Dennis says, kindly ask Atwoli if he understands Kenyan political dynamics as he claims. Why hasn't he presented himself for election?
Because I fear being defeated.
Oh.
Yeah.
The fear of failure.
Yeah, fear of failure.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Very honest point.
I'm a bad loser. I don't like losing. I'm a bad loser. If I did lose, I can't eat. So I better stay in the corner where I am safe.
Point noted. Saidi Kaitani, ask Atwoli, what does he think about the Kakamega County gubernatorial seat hopefuls as the incumbent exits? Kakamega County.
Yeah, there is one bright fellow. There are some bright fellows whom Kenyans can look at, whom the Kakamega people can look at. But then, as somebody has said, let us see how it goes on. But one of them will have to emerge. It's an area that we are still looking at. Currently, we have a good number of good candidates who can be able to replace the one exiting.
You're not saying anything. You're not saying very much, by the way. Yeah? You're dancing around it. Name the person.
No, what I'm telling you, we have several candidates on that particular position, but it is shaping up. And as we move closer to December, the clear cut of who is taking.
Yeah, in other words, you're not saying anything. Okay, Toby Korir is asking, what's Atwoli's opinion on Dr. Mukisa Kitui's presidential ambition?
I've told you time and again here that if you want to get a bright person, it's Dr. Mukisa Kitui, if he's given an opportunity. But then the question comes, in politics, are you given or you fight for it? That is the brightest fellow we have in Western Kenya. He can make a wonderful leader.
But what's the problem?
What is it we given?
What's the problem with us?
I think he has to fight. And it's
Kibaki didn't fight. It didn't look like he was a fighter. Come on, let's face it. And the person he was facing was the president's project then.
Let me tell you. Do you know how Kibaki became a president?
Go on.
Kibaki, he was a mathematician.
It was an
mathematicians. Yeah, economists are mathematicians. Mathematicians are strategic people. What you need to do is to position yourself in a strategic position and you keep quiet. Even when Raila went to him, he said, have you come with Musalia? Raila said, I think we can get him. Then he said, if Musalia is coming, we would support him. That evening, Musalia had been taken by President Moi's group to become a vice president for 3 months. So he lost out. Now he knew without Musalia, he's the next now. This is the, you know, he positioned himself in a strategic position. There are people who are like that. That is what William Ruto doesn't know. He says, I want to fight. You don't fight. How do you fight? People will go to the drawing board and they will ask themselves, why is he fighting for this position? And they will do their drawings there. When he's here, we will be here. When he's here, we will be here. But sometimes you are required to act a fool. You strategize in a position that when they have looked around, there is nobody, they are seeing Jeff. And then they say, Jeff Tosh. That is Kibaki.
By the way,
if you are not there, there's nothing for you.
By the way, by the time those people were coming downstairs from the Serena Hotel, nobody knew who Raila was going to endorse that time. Nobody knew. Was it Nyachai? Was it? They didn't know.
Yeah, but let me tell you, between Nyachai and Kibaki, in the absence of Musalia, Kibaki knew he's the one who will be the next. Quietly. Though he had not gone into what Raila was thinking, because Raila was not offering himself as a candidate. He knew people would ask themselves, in whose hands are we safe? Is it in the hands of Nyachai or in the hands of Kibaki? And as you know, Nyachai was authoritarian. You know that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know Nyachai was a disciplinarian. So people said, in whose hands are we safe? Even Raila himself knew, in whose hands am I safe? Then the answer automatically was, in Kibaki's hands we are safe. This is the same question I've been asking you here, 2022. In whose hands are we safe? Even if you are a blind person, you should open up your eyes and know in whose hands this nation, Kenya, will be safe in 2022. Even for the generational acumen, those who are saying, oh, there is a generational change. In whose hands will they be safe? That is very important. And if the Kenyans forget, and I want Kenyans to record this, Atwoli asked 2022, in whose hands Kenyans will be safe?
The same man who said Kibaki Tosha 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Is he going to say Mimi Tosha?
It is Kenyans to say yeah, Tosha. The way the governors were saying in Mount Kenya, that in your hands we are safe. Let me tell you, a normal person who has something to do, is worried of his or her security. People would like to do their businesses freely, without hindrance, without cohesion, without push and pull, without thoraxes, without intimidation, without harassment, without, without revenging, without, that is the open fear anybody would have. People want to travel on safe lanes. And that is why people invest in people who can safeguard and protect them, and who can lead them in a humane way. And that is the question I've been asking you, my friend. And we had problems with you in the US. Sometimes it can be damn cold during the months of January, December. You were there, I was there. Kenya is the only safest place for us here. And this is the place where you better die and be buried. Here, in this country here. And this is our country of our ancestors. In whose hands are we safe? In whose hands are we safe? Jeff, in whose hands are we safe? Oh God. I wish Kenyans are listening to me. I wish so that nobody will regret.
Why?
But God is great because it will never happen.
Why do you fear this man so much, William Samoei Arap Ruto? Why do you fear him so much?
Can I ask you? Can I give you an exercise? From here, ask 10 people you meet. Start with the first one. That is a very simple, a simple research which does not require you to go to any school of researchers.
What's the question?
Question. Ask himself, in whose hands will we be safe in 2022? Because people have known presidential candidates who have declared their candidature. Try to ask the first 10 people you meet. Call me before midnight today.
Okay.
Oh no, before 2. I'm going to wait for your call.
In whose hands will you be safe?
After 2022 elections. Because you people, you think, if it is worrying even the president, it is worrying every politician. It is worrying, If somebody says something today he says something. Tomorrow he says, somebody is not consistent in what is, if you are listening to him carefully, and you can go and listen to his clips. He's not consistent, which means he can change any time and say, yes, people like Atwoli, people like the rest, people like Jeff, they wanted amendments of constitution. Now let's go for a referendum. Ask yourself, what type of a new constitution will he come up with? I'm telling you, you must see ahead of where you are going. For the survival of your, that is why you are ahead of the family. Even if mama thinks more than what you do. You know very well. Part of my family is I have people who think more than me, including my wife, Mary. She's very good. And even she advises me sometimes. Sometimes I behave as if I have not listened to her. But I know the advice is valid. But then I remain the head of the family. How do I protect this family? If you are a man who cannot be able to protect your family, protect your children, and foresee that if this bush is not cleared, we will have snakes here. Snakes are dangerous to members of my family. Then you don't need to exist. I don't want to die with this information. I'm telling Kenyans to ask themselves, in whose hands will we be safe after 2022 elections? If you know that, then if you have not registered as a voter, tomorrow go and register as a voter.
Plain and simple.
Simple.
Any more predictions?
Jeff.
I'm listening.
Jeff, I will not be on this bench until after elections. Jeff, and I want to tell you, I started 2014. William Samoei Ruto will not be the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya. Take it to the bank.
That's it. I guess that's it. If you're wrong, you said the same thing about Donald Trump. You said the same thing about BBI. You know, you've been wrong before.
I've never been wrong.
You've been wrong before.
I've never been wrong. BBI, out of 47 counties, 45 counties endorsed.
Yeah, but it died on the right.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that is, I've told you, cold blood between the executive and judiciary.
Yeah, but no, they...
And you know the reasons why? You are not from the moon. You know that. You know all this, what these young men judges are doing? You know what they miss to get?
What?
You are not from heaven. You should be able to know why do they hate the government of President Uhuru.
Why?
Ask yourself. You don't know, as a Kenyan.
I don't know.
This is an obvious thing, and even if I didn't go to school of law, or I didn't do law, or I didn't have an access to laws, I have lawyers in my house. The rulings against BBI were political. If you listen to them carefully. Apart from Justice Sichari, if you listen to them carefully, political. Because BBI, for example, it was beneficial to everybody. Today, let me tell you, after 5 years, people go on fighting and so on. And then you see somebody saying, oh, hii ni mambo ya watu kujiongeza vyeo, hii ni mambo ya kufanya. If watu wajiongeze vyeo, and then we have a peaceful country, what is wrong in that? Na wewe pia ukipata utataka watu kujiongeza vyeo. What are you looking for kama sio cheo wewe unatafuta? And then you listen to such a person. And you clap for him. And he's one man who wants to run with everything. Where is your security in his government? Where is your security, Jeff?
Mine?
Yes.
I don't...
Where is your security, Jeff?
I don't need security.
Jeff, you will have a problem. Are you not related to President Uhuru Kenyatta?
What's that got to do with the price of tea in China? What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything?
You will be the first person to be arrested and be asked to you, Jeff. You used to host Francis Atwoli. Atwoli used to say these things here. Now, can you be able to answer? How did you know this person? Jeff, before you come out, before you get a lawyer, and the best lawyer who can bail you out is only Limbudoga. Before you get Limbudoga to bail you out of this problem, you would have answered a lot of questions.
So you and I will be in the same boat then?
No, not me.
What do you mean?
Me, I would be at advanced age. Even if I appear before a judge, I will be discharged. That is one. Two, if I will be still doing what I'm doing as an official of the International Labour Organization, which is a UN agency, I'm internationally protected.
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
So you're just going to leave us...
but I'm advising you. I'm advising you. It is you whom I'm advising. Don't get into problems and say, I was not told. Don't say, I was not told. And I told you in my head here, there is no cow dung. I don't smoke, nor do I drink alcohol. I'm fresh and open like a police station's door. So ever open.
Ruto doesn't drink too, you know that?
Yeah, I know.
He totally doesn't drink or smoke.
But you see, you can, if you have a lot of money, you can get drunk also. You have power, you have money. You cannot listen to anybody for an advice. This is free advice I've been giving him. Go slow to your boss, it's a big advice. Listen to what he says. Don't be more wise or clever than your boss. Don't try to undo your boss. You go to the boss's, backyard, and then you say, whoever wants to come here must go through me. And the owner of the place is still alive. Jeff! Are you listening, Jeff?
I'm listening.
I'm telling you that these are open truths. You said, what about if somebody came into your bedroom? This is the same question I'm throwing to you. What about somebody who comes into your bedroom yourself? That bedroom is your bedroom, you yourself, Jeff. How do you feel? You talked about Kiamba. Somebody says we won in Kiambaa, we won in such place here, we won. Meaning that in Kiambaa is Z. Z stands for 0. How do you feel?
It's deep.
How do you feel? These are open facts that people need. We used to be told by the late President Moi, be mindful of other people's welfare.
Yeah, but the political tide has changed.
Does it erase history?
It doesn't.
I told you we had Kapenguria 6. Recently we had Okambor ICC 6. Why did it change that tide? Kikuyus and Luos came together and they outwitted everybody in 1963, formed the government. Has that changed now, the handshake between Luos and Kikuyus? My friends, the world has an axis and it rotates on axis. The world is round. What goes round
comes around.
So you can't say I'm a modern man now. This is my father didn't do this. I want to change the gate of this home. This is a place, you know. You say, what is this? My father brought this, my mother. It's an old woman. She doesn't, my father didn't know what he was doing. If you know how your mother, how beautiful she was, how she attracted your dad, you will always remember and respect your dad.
All right, before I let you go, SG.
I say you are modern because you have a modern wife. Your father, Jeff. These are open facts that people need to know. They are basic. These are basic things in life, basic things in leadership, basic things that you need to know. How to humble yourself before those who are. You don't say we are equal. If you are equal.
Okay. Speaking of which, what happened with this phrase of yours? You've taken it to, you want to copyright this phrase, or you want to...
No, I told you that those were my lawyers in our offices. I think they thought about something. You know, everything has a trademark. They thought it was good because it was unique to me, and it was a unique thing that you prompted me to come up with. So they were happy, just like everybody is happy about it. Recently I was in Mombasa at Nyamachoma place. Everybody was coming to me, Allah, and wants to have a photograph with Allah and Allah. So it's a unique thing. I think they were looking for protection of that particular thing as a trademark. But there's nothing wrong in that. I was not involved. I have lawyers. I have a team of lawyers acting on different issues.
So we can use that word. It's okay.
Obviously.
Allah?
Yeah.
Allah?
Allah. And it was here.
It was right here 6 months ago.
When you are asking questions like the ones you have been asking. So I told you, Jeff, Allah. And that is how it is. When you tell me, oh, this is what is going to happen, I'm telling you, in your area, in Mount Kenya, I don't know whether it will remain the same up to April next year. And the boss has not spoken. And the boss did not appoint himself as a leader of Mount Kenya. There were people there like Njenga Karume, like Mzee I admired and I still admire. Death is bad, Mzee Michuki, and others who said, before you talk to anybody in Mount Kenya, please go through our political leader. There is no vacuum in Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya has honors. Just like in Western Kenya where I come from. There is no vacuum in Western Kenya. You can go there on the markets, you can do anything in Western Kenya. You can say, like I saw somebody wrote in a newspaper, oh, Luhyas have about 17 tribes. We are not tribes. Those are Luhya clans. We have only one tribe, Luhya. You can go there singing on the market. But we will be there. We will be there. We will be there advising our people this is the way. We will be there.
We will be there.
We will be there.
In whose hands will you feel safe in 2022?
That is the question.
All right.
And that is what I will post to my people. In whose hands are we safe?
Allah.
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 go to Secretary General Francis Atwoli. Well,
that question,
that's the question.
And I know it has been recorded. In whose hands are we safe?
Do the math. At Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JK Live. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. Happy Mashujaa Day to you. Happy Mashujaa Day, SG.
I'm a Shujaa.
You are a Shujaa.
And I remember Shujaas who were there before me.
Yes.
Like Joseph Martin Shikuku.
The People's Watchman.
Absolutely.
Wonderful man.
Like Kagya, man I admired. Bildad Kagya.
The Kagya.
Jomo Kenyatta.
Heroes.
Heroes.
Thanks so much. And all you heroes out there, thank you. Part of the show.
And Mzee Koinange.
Hero.
Hero.
Mashujaa.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
The first Minister of Education.
Correct. Thank you. Good night, good luck, and God bless this country of ours called Kenya. Allah.
Allah.
Feel like this with a few sips of this. Get going with Go Fruit Juice. Now available in 500 ml on the Go packs.
I thought you didn't love me anymore. But in your eyes, I see that you do.
Soulmates. Entangled in a story of love.
Are you in love with her?